Hello and good afternoon. It is 12:30 on this Thursday, October 30th. My name is Robin Key and welcome to KXII 12 News Now. We are here to give you your midday news update. So let's jump into your Texoma headlines, starting with some somber news. The city of Bonham is mourning the loss of former Mayor Roy Floyd. He passed away yesterday. Floyd was a public servant for more than 40 years and served two separate stints as mayor for a total of 22 years, leaving office in 2021. The city says he will always be remembered as the people's first mayor of Bonham. Service for Floyd have not yet been announced. A possible deal involving reduced charges for an Ardmore teacher charged with felony abuse has been put on hold. 62-year-old Susan Hartman was arrested last year after allegedly abusing a developmentally disabled 7-year-old boy at Charles Evans Elementary School. Hartman's attorney told KXII 12 they've reached an agreement to reduce the charge to a misdemeanor, but no deal was reached at this morning's hearing, which was continued until January. We will keep you posted. Main Street in Davis is back open after a fire burned down a local gift shop and diverted traffic. This was the news that we were bringing you as we got on the air yesterday. We now have an update. Witnesses told us they saw smoke and then flames coming from TJ's Resale and Gifts yesterday morning, and firemen from several agencies came to help. Nearby buildings were evacuated, but fortunately, we're told the fire did not spread, and the next door building just had sustained some smoke and water damage.
It's going to be quite a loss here, but I am going to brag on the firemen. Our fire department was right there on the spot taking care of things and taking care of the people on Main Street. And it's a little volunteer fire department, and they're there every time there's a need.
No injuries have been reported. The state fire marshal is investigating what caused the fire. Now, 16 people were taken into custody and nearly 40,000 plants were seized at a cannabis grow in Garvin County. The Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics served a warrant at 40 Acres LLC in Stratford. They seized over 900 pounds of processed cannabis along with 2 guns. More arrests may be coming. A woman missing in Atoka County was located after a 6-hour search. This video from Oklahoma Wildlife Recovery shows a 54-year-old Cherry Rayburn being reunited with her daughter. Several agencies aided in the successful search. Over the past year, the city of Gainesville has been slowly switching things over to a new online bill pay system. But this summer, there was a period of total shutdown. The city was missing key water data, so this summer's utility bills were just estimates. Customers were billed their average usage instead of their actual usage. Now, difference between the customers used and what they paid is currently being added to the current bills.
And those average bills were obviously in the summer months, so during those summer months, the water consumption was actually higher than the average. And so folks are now seeing the bills kind of true up.
The good news is that the system is now in place, the bugs have been squashed, and the bills have all caught up. Residents should expect to see their utilities stabilized by November. Oklahoma Attorney General Genter Raymond is dismissing a case involving a Choctaw tribal member accused of hunting without a license. The case was filed against Shaw Robertson in Pushmataha County last week. Redmond said that he will not allow Native Americans to be prosecuted for hunting in Indian country without a state permit, and any future cases will be taken over by his office and promptly dismissed. The Choctaw Nation allows tribal members to hunt within the reservation without a state license, something opposed by Governor Kevin Stitt and the state wildlife department. As the shutdown continues, more than 24 states are suing the Trump administration for its decision to cut off SNAP benefits, also known as food stamps. Food assistance for 40 million Americans will cease on Saturday if the government does not reopen. The Trump administration has stated in a memo that states who opt to pick up the tab in the meantime will not be reimbursed. Now, the new news with this situation is that in Oklahoma, Governor Stitt ruled out tapping into a rainy day fund to support the program.
While we're continuing to push D.C. for action, we're also mobilizing and working to make sure that Oklahomans can weather this storm. I know Oklahomans are going to step up. We're going to bridge the gap, and I'm going to continue to work with our federal delegation, our state delegation, our legislature to make sure that the impact on Oklahomans is as minimal as possible. And so we're asking the churches and the nonprofits to step up.
The governor urged Oklahomans to visit beaneighbor.org. It is a statewide resource hub that connects volunteers, donors, and families needing assistance. South of the Red River, Denison's Helping Hand and Grand Central Station in Sherman are feeling the effects of the government shutdown already. They say they have seen increases in people needing assistance and food, leaving many in our community without money to provide for their family.
Now I'm on the verge, do I pay my rent or do I buy my 3 kids groceries? And now how do I tell my kids that, hey, we're not getting our SNAP benefits this month because the government shut down?
Both Grand Central Station and Denison Helping Hands say donations are always welcome as they are serving more people every day. Canned meat and soup, as well as monetary donations, are preferred. Last Friday, the Texas Supreme Court adopted a comment to the state's Judicial Code of Comment. New comment will allow sanctioned judges to refuse to wed same-sex couples on the basis of sincerely held religious belief without violating Texas laws on judicial impartiality. This, however, is not a statewide ban on gay marriage. The State Commission on Judicial Conduct declined to comment when asked by other press outlets. The Dallas Stars are accusing the Dallas Mavericks of attempting a hostile takeover of the American Airlines Center. The pro hockey team made the allegation in a countersuit filed Tuesday night after the Mavs sued the Stars the same day. The Dallas Morning News reports that the Mavericks leadership claims the Stars violated an agreement to keep their headquarters in Dallas. The Stars' front office and practice facility have been in Frisco for more than 20 years. The Mavs also claim the Stars have obstructed maintenance and improvements at the AAC. The relationship between the two franchises has deteriorated over the past year, as each may go their separate ways when their leases expire in 2031. A major wedding planning platform is under fire. Iowa Senator Chuck Grassley is asking the Federal Trade Commission to investigate international wedding planning website The Knot. Grassley accuses the company of fraudulence and deceptive business practices, saying it misled small businesses that advertise on the site. He says his office has received nearly 200 complaints from wedding venues claiming The Knot failed to honor advertising contracts, sent fake leads, and falsely promised discount. The Knot has denied the allegations. More than 100 investigators are racing to solve a daring heist at the Louvre Museum in Paris. Thieves stole centuries-old jewels worth an estimated 88 million euros, which is over $100,000, and includes pieces linked to 19th century queens. The theft happened in minutes on October 19th, capturing global attention. 2 suspects were arrested last weekend, and another 5 more were seized today. The 7 in custody include 3 of the 4 members of the commando team that carried out the heist. Beyond numbers, little has been revealed about how the investigation is unfolding. Details remain scarce due to strict privacy laws and the ongoing investigation. Now, people across the northern Caribbean are digging out from the destruction caused by Hurricane Melissa as the death toll climbs. Emergency relief flights began landing at Jamaica's main international airport. A crew's work to reach communities still isolated after they were directly hit by the Category 5 storm. Catastrophic flooding occurred in Haiti, where dozens are dead or missing. Eastern Cuba has blown off roofs, downed power lines, and crop damage. Hurricane conditions were forecast to continue in the Bahamas into this morning and are expected to affect Bermuda later today as the storm passes. Now, that was a lot of pretty heavy news, but do not worry. When we come back, we are going to focus up on Texoma and talk about some important community news. So if you are a member of the Texoma community, do not go away. We are going to be right back after this short break, and you are gonna want to hear everything. Welcome back to KXII 12 News Now. It is the day before Halloween, which just feels insane. I think that October has been the fastest month this year. Now, let's jump into your community news so you can know what's going on here in Texoma. A boil order in South Main, a water main break, has led to a loss of pressure for the entire west side of town. Residents there need to boil their water before consuming it. SNS campuses were closed today because of the boil notice. Look at the South Main Facebook for more updates on this, or check the KXII website. Antlers Public Schools are hoping for passage of a bond issue on November 18th. Over almost $8 million is what the Antlers School District is proposing for construction of a new middle school. The district would construct this in 2 phases to reduce the cost to taxpayers. If approved by voters, Antlers residents would see a 15% tax increase over 15 years. This project is designed to replace outdated infrastructure, reduce maintenance costs, and provide modern learning spaces aligned with current educational standards.
Last bond passed was the mid-'80s that built our current high school. And so there is 0 millage right now for bonds in Antlers.
Now that was Russell Noland, Antlers superintendent. Now Noland says if approved, construction would begin in August 2027. Ada's sports scene is getting a major facelift. A new project is promising to bring more action and visitors to town. Construction is underway on the next phase of the Ada Sports Complex. The expansion will add courts for basketball, volleyball, and pickleball, plus new trails and fields. The complex is funded through the city's penny for our city sales tax. The city leaders say the project will boost tourism and give local families more places to play. I have to be honest, I've never played pickleball. I've had an ankle injury for about 2 years, and I just have to know if it is as good as everybody says it is. If you play pickleball, message me. I want to know, when my ankle is healed, should I play? I have to know. Now, I mentioned earlier today that tomorrow is Halloween, but the Halloween events have already been happening in Texoma for a while. For example, yesterday, you might have caught KXII 12's booth at the Sherman Fright Fest, but that's not the only thing that is happening. So let's go over some events happening in Texoma. Now, there is Trunk or Treats events planned at the Sherman Medical Center and at the park in Tishomingo. There's also a free soccer clinic and trunk or treat at the multi-sports complex in Durant this evening. Now, we have times, locations, and a lot of other events, along with everything that you need to know on our website, KXII.com, so go over there and get even more information. Now, here's a big heads up. There has been a change to the KXII maintenance schedule. Now, this morning we talked about how some channels might be offline or have a hard time receiving today, but actually the maintenance has changed. So now it will be tomorrow. So just to summarize, this means that beginning at 10 a.m. on Friday, tomorrow, the following channels will have decreased power or will need to be taken down until maintenance is complete. So that is 28.1 for Telemundo, 28.2 for CBS, and 28.3 for Fox. Now, this will only affect antenna viewers watching channel 28, and hopefully once the maintenance is complete, they'll be back up, no problem. That is it for this KXII 12 News Now. Do not worry, we will be back again. We will not have a show tomorrow, actually, because I am off helping with something else here at the station, but we will be back on Monday, same time, 12:30, same place, our KXII live stream and YouTube Live. Don't want to wait for more Channel 12? Well, I do not blame you. Go ahead and head over to your TV and turn it on for 4, 5, 6, and 10 on Channel 12. There's a lot more news in store for today, and we will not let you miss a beat. You can also follow us on our social media. We're KXII 12 News pretty much everywhere. So check out our Facebook, Instagram, Threads, X, TikTok, and of course, YouTube. There you'll get constant updates, exclusive content, and all of our previous work. Want more details for any of our stories today? Well, I've plugged it a few times, but head over to KXII.com. All of our reporters' information is there in one spot. It is a great resource. Now, my name is Robin Key. You can find me at Robin Key TV on Facebook. Thank you for joining me for your midday update. Texoma, I hope you have a wonderful Halloween.